Upgrade, cause the view is live. White House silence.
I'm not going to validate a leak out of an internal staff meeting one way or the other.
Why is there still no apology for aide Kelly Sadler's shocking comments about Senator John McCain? Then Terrence Howard on the wild ride leading up to Empire's epic season finale and his real-life House of Horrors. Plus, every awesome item on View Your Deal comes with free shipping. Let's light up Hot Topics with Whoopi, Sarah Haynes, Joy Behar, Sunny Hostin, and Megan McCain. Now, let's get things started.
Isn't today Monday?
Yeah.
It's Monday.
It's Monday.
Yeah. All right, now, there still hasn't been any word, really, mostly silence from the White House regarding aide Kelly Sadler's comment about Senator John McCain. Here's all the press secretary Sanders would say when she was asked about it on Friday.
I'm not going to comment on an internal staff meeting. The president, as I mentioned just a moment ago, supports all Americans. If you look at what he's doing every single day, he's showing up to work. He's working hard to make this country better.
ACU's Chief Matt Schlapp, who's married to White House Strategic Communications Director Mercedes Schlapp, even tried to make this pivot in the morning. Check this out.
Kelly is my friend, and I feel bad that she's going through this. She showed character to immediately call to apologize, but she's also a little bit of a victim here. But my view is that a confidential meeting, and I've been in a lot of them, so is Bill inside the White House, once you start commenting about leaks out of those meetings,
why is this so difficult to own up to the fact that something really awful was said, and it was so awful that people say it shouldn't have been leaked because it was so awful?
It was such an easy thing to do because it wasn't Donald Trump saying it. This would have been one of those opportunities they could seize it and say, this was something. It was off the radar of importance in regard to when it was said and who said it. They could have played that up and been like a White House aide said this rather than avoiding it as if they're defending it.
My guess is that it was leaked because it was so offensive.
Yes.
And people within the White House at that meeting felt that there would be no apology and would be no redress. And they wanted to somehow get it out that this is what happens in this White House. That is my guess.
How do you think Donald Trump likes the fact that there are people sitting in those meetings who also can't stand him? That want to leak to the press.
Yes.
But this would have been an easy one to spin. That's what I'm saying is I'm sure the people leaked it because it was so offensive and they said people didn't laugh and it was awful. But for the White House, this would have been an easy strategic PR moment for them because it wasn't finally Donald Trump saying it.
He won't do it. They won't do it.
It's obviously awkward because we're talking about my father and my family, and I had a very long weekend, and I have 6 brothers and sisters and 5 nieces and nephews. I have a really big family, so I just want to emphasize that I have a really big family that's involved in all this. My take on all of this, I said everything I really had to say on Friday and to ABC's Tara Palmieri on Sunday, that people are going to have to answer for their own conscience. When you go on TV, I've never actually gone on TV and lied. I have that liberty in my life. And I think when you go on TV and you say things like this, your belief in right and wrong, people espouse a lot about God and living with values. And when you say things like that, it's what you're going to have to live with at this point. And I just want to say one more thing. May is Brain Cancer Awareness Month. That's why I'm wearing gray. Gray Lives Matter is the hashtag that people use. Glioblastoma, specifically the one that my dad has the highest number of cases, 12,760 in 2018. Brain tumors are actually the most common among ages 0 to 14 and the leading cause of cancer-related death in children 0 to 14. When I was with my dad when he was getting his proton beam radiation, I saw a lot of kids going in to get radiation. There's not enough research. There's not enough money. The only silver lining of all of this, including this horrific weekend and moment that my family's been having, is we have a platform to hopefully pivot this towards brain cancer research and helping especially children in need.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, at least
Mitt Romney tweeted on Saturday, those who mock such greatness only humiliate themselves and their silent accomplices. And Lindsey Graham said on Face the Nation, I just wish somebody from the White House would tell the country that it was inappropriate, that that's not who we are in the Trump administration.
But where is Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell? Crickets from them.
No, Paul Ryan came out and said something very nice. He was lauding my dad's praises over the weekend. And I would like to say Bernie Sanders, I would like to say thank you to, and Ambassador Bolton also said wonderful things. There are people with character still serving on all sides everywhere. But the thing I've sort of come to terms with is that we have to be the leadership we don't have now. And I always took advantage of the fact that we always had leaders and I always had role models in politics. If we don't have that, okay. You got some on The View with all of us. Everyone in the room, there are people here.
Well, you know, John Meacham is the historian.
My
He's
first
great.
boss,
He's wonderful. And he was talking about in history there have been fascist, tendencies in the country. There's been terrible things, the Klan, all sorts of bad things went on. But what stopped all of that was resistance and rebellion against it. So keep that in mind out there.
And people speaking out. The one thing that I really feel that the White House's silence means that they're complicit. Those
why
that
is she
aren't
a victim?
saying it.
What's the victimization of this girl?
And Matt Schlapp said that, and we need to call him out because he is supposed to be, he's a Notre Dame Catholic, he graduated from my alma mater, I spent a lot of time with him at the White House Correspondents' Weekend, and he and his wife walked out of Michelle Wolf's set because they were so freaking offended. Well, if you were so offended by that, Matt Schlapp and your wife, why are you not offended by what happened?
That's right. Well done.
Why are you not offended by that?
But
disgusting.
left the White House dinner because they were so offended and then jumped to the after party immediately afterwards. They weren't that offended. Going to the after party.
They were in a hurry to get to the party? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they did.
Well, the victimization that they're talking about, I feel like they should not be ashamed people found out. They should be ashamed they said it in the first place.
But
That's misplacing the blame.
You're right. But if you're a public figure and if you're working in the White House, you should expect everything you're saying in any context to be leaked. If someone said something that egregious and intense on this show backstage, I'd expect it to be on the Daily Mail in 8 seconds. So we don't live in a time anymore, and you really aren't working in a White House that doesn't have a leaking problem. So if I were going into meetings, I would assume everything could be talked about on The View the next day.
But they have a lot of leaks at the White House.
Yes, well, they do. And that's why this idea of, we're so upset we were leaked. It's kind of like, you've been leaking since you got in. And you keep saying, this is not, it shouldn't be a surprise, but what it should be is you should, shame on y'all. Shame on y'all, because you know what? We hear folks on the left and the right always, well, they should apologize for that. They should apologize. And folks do. Folks go out of their way to try to make their apology, okay? So this is worse than just about anything, because it was said with no thought that this was not a good thing to say, that this was not funny, that this is not something that you would say normally. So shame on y'all. And you know what? Don't apologize. Do apologize. She's fine.
I'm good.
Okay?
Yeah.
She's fine. We'll be right back.
Still ahead, attacking immigrants. Chief of Staff John Kelly claims they're too unskilled to assimilate. But is he forgetting the promise this country was built on? Yeah, these women like to mix things up.
Game on.
And when it comes to their pets, all bets are off. Austin's hens. Wait, Sonny has pet chickens?
We're busting out of the coop.
Behar's Bernie.
Come here, Bernie. Show them how brilliant you are. See how he barks, how beautifully he does that?
Which co-host pet is gonna be the best pet on the net?
These chickens are gonna feel the burn.
It's the face-off we've all been waiting for.
Hey, Bernie, you up for some chicken tonight?
I know.
And the one and only Martha Stewart judges. Tomorrow, feathers will be ruffled. You ready, Joy?
Hey, Bernie, feel something. We got that.
The View. Don't miss it. Deal.
Welcome back. So, White House Chief of Staff John Kelly must not have read the invitation to immigrants on the Statue of Liberty, because he claims that the vast majority of undocumented immigrants are uneducated, don't speak English, don't integrate well, and don't have any skills. And conservative pundit Tommy Lahren took it even further. Take a look.
Well, these people need to understand that it's a privilege to be an American, and that's a privilege that you work towards. It's not a right. You don't just come into this country with low skills, low education, not understanding the language, and come into our country because someone says it makes them feel nice. That's not what this country is based on. We are based on the rule of law, and we believe in bringing the best people into this country to make it even better. We don't believe in importing poverty. Trust me, I live in California. We have enough poverty. We have enough issues. We don't need any more.
Boy.
Okay, so when did the perception of immigrants go from people trying to find their American dream to isolated freeloaders? Because true, people have always come from other countries. They were fleeing pogroms, they were fleeing horrible things, and came, oftentimes, very educated, well-versed in many things, but not necessarily in English. And when they got here, they became peddlers, or they became people that opened small stores, or laborers. So the idea that immigrants come over here and they don't know anything and they're dragging us down is crap, because we all come from immigrants, including you, Tommy Lahren. Yeah. You come from immigrants as well. And I don't know your family. I don't know Mr. Kelly's family, but I can tell you, folks came, and no, they didn't necessarily speak English. They came and they learned. But see, maybe you don't have a grandma twice, you know, a great-grandma to remember what you sound like.
I have a question. She talks about low skills. What exactly are her skills?
Does anybody know? She's certainly not a historian. What's interesting is someone did do some research on Tommy Lahren's family, and I have it in front of me. Her second great-grandmother had been here for 10 years, yet spoke no English. Oh, my gosh. Her great-grandfather's 1985 baptism recorded only in Norwegian because they didn't speak any English. The 1930 census says Tommy's 3 times great-grandmother had been here for 41 years and still spoke German. She didn't speak English either. So she doesn't even know her own history. She certainly doesn't know this country's history. What happened to give me you're tired and you're poor and you're weak, and we're going to welcome those people with open arms.
They haven't read it.
2 things that jump out at me are there's a contradiction of arguments. Either they're stealing American jobs or they're uneducated. You can't have both arguments.
Right. Skilled.
Or unskilled. Right. But in this particular instance, they hone in on education and language. To me, this oversimplifies someone's values that they bring to the workforce, including like work ethic. In this study that I found, because I thought I'd much rather have someone that wasn't educated, or have as much education, however you want to word it, but is a hard worker. And in a study that was 10 decades of labor statistics, immigrants, this is a quote, immigrants are judged to have a better work ethic, work harder, more diligent, punctual, persistent, reliable, respectful, and cooperative. I'll take any of those skills over a degree any day.
Well, this is a lot of what she's saying is red meat to Trump's base. The anti-immigration rhetoric is something that I believe was at least 50% of what got him into office. Tommy Lahren has a huge following. She just does, especially online, especially with hardcore Trump supporters. What I will say is there's a difference between being for people going through the proper channels to get here legally and not being for open borders, and having compassion for those of us that want to come here. My dad always talked about immigration, saying these are God's children. They're trying to come here to seek a better life. Anyone who's toured the border, women literally die pregnant in the desert trying to get here, and we have to have compassion
here by themselves.
But there is a difference. It's okay to have a hardline stance on immigration, saying we want you to go through the proper channels, and still have compassion for the people who are wanting to come here, and that always seems to, for whatever reason.
I recall that that Donald Trump would like Norwegians to come here, so a lot of this is about race.
Well, yes, and I'd like to very quickly say that black immigrants are one of the most educated immigrant groups. Nigerian immigrants in particular are the most educated in the United States, with almost 2/3 holding college degrees.
Here's the bottom line. Quit messing with the immigrants, because you're incorrect. And We will be right back. Welcome back. So before I get to this next topic, we need to set the mood a little. New York Magazine claims that Sean Hannity has been keeping the White House resident up late at night by making bedtime phone calls to him.
Oh, yeah.
So they can dish about the stuff like Russia, the investigation, how both their ratings are great, or the gossip about the other talk show hosts. Does this relationship confuse you at all or concern you?
I'll tell you, I wonder if Vladimir Putin knows. Oh, my God. That's his real boyfriend.
Can you imagine the texts that go back and forth? Hey, you up?
Sunny, sexy dancing's making my morning.
What are you wearing?
What is, I mean, is there anything odd about this?
Well, everyone has a work wife, and her name is Sean Hannity. That's just, I think it's a work spouse.
But isn't it uncomfortable that he is on television, sort of on a news, quasi-news
actually work
program,
together, so
and
that
he's calling it every
we
night?
were talking about leaks before. This is really the major leak. Think about it. The president is telling him, and then he's saying it on television. That's the leak right there.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh my God. Like, seriously, thank God we're laughing at it. I mean, thank God I got your disco move to get me through this.
It's a scary thing because it's like state-run television. You're not supposed to be in touch.
But if I have to deal with this Sunny dancing to disco music the way it's done, I mean, I like it. In all seriousness, my friend Olivia Nuzzi wrote this piece. She's just an incredible journalist, break news left and right. It's really weird. I'd be so pissed off if my husband were calling anyone every night to like gossip and hang out.
Oh, so I shouldn't tell you about our calls then.
I knew it.
Hello, Ben.
I knew it. That being said, I did say if anyone wants to call me from the White House, I would like to just give them your number.
Give them to me. Send them to me.
From now on. Yes.
Can you imagine they're surprised when they call expecting Meghan McCain and they get Joy Behar?
Joy Behar. I've got some things to say to you on her behalf.
I wish they would.
Or Whoopi or Sarah or something.
Oh, no, don't call me. You don't want to call me ever. But we will be right back. Welcome back. This may come as news to some, but some women get freaked out at the thought of having sex when they're pregnant. But a blogger claimed that she could not get enough when she was expecting and was even doing it 5 days past her due date.
That's not.
She doesn't say with who. But she does say 5 days past her due date. So I'm supposed to look at y'all with a straight face and say, how is it for you?
What for you, miss?
Listen, I didn't know I was supposed to stop. So I just did what I did. Nobody said, oh, you shouldn't be doing that.
No one tells you that to stop.
Well, so why?
It's the dreams.
So what is
There's
this?
a lot of hormone dreams.
The first 3 months, you're nauseous. You don't want anybody near you.
No, I was listen, I was fine. I was fine. It'd be like,
It's the second trimester. Whoa, that's how you got it.
That's how I got it.
The second trimester, it's the really weird hormonal dreams. Like, I had this vivid dream that I had sex with Pablo Escobar.
Oh my God.
I'm not. Yes. Well, I was watching Narcos at the time. Like, I woke up the next morning. I'm telling you, it was the most vivid dream I've ever had. And then a mommy friend told me, watch out for those dreams. The second trimester is dangerous. And it was dangerous.
You know,
Nobody
Steve,
told me.
My husband told me that he had a dream this weekend that Michael Avenatti and I were making out. I said it's so delightful that he's still jealous, even though he's comatose, of course, but he's still jealous about Michael. Because we met Michael Avenatti over the weekend somewhere, and we're chatting with him. And we like each other.
Michael Avenatti over the weekend?
Yeah.
Why aren't we talking about that?
I know. It was at a party. I just happened to see him.
Was this party with Christy Brinkley where there are pictures of him on TMZ?
Yes.
Really? That's where you were at this weekend and we waited until the 6 block to talk about
and she didn't mention it earlier.
What show is this?
You did not mention it during the Hot Topics
Well,
meeting.
why would she? Because
It's a hot
topic.
Such good dish.
Now, you know what? This is why nobody tells y'all anything. Because you tell anything. I know. You wasn't going to tell me. We'll be right back.
Will fans be screaming at the TV during the season finale of Empire? Terrence Howard is live on The View next. Oh yeah, this table has heard it all. Because this is the place where people come to voice their view.
That's what The View does.
But this May, even we can't believe who's about to hit this table. Snoop Dogg, Martha Stewart, Alan Cumming, Alyssa Milano, Erica Jane, and watch what happens with Andy Cohen.
You're welcome for that.
Plus, if you're looking for the hottest political exclusives, look no further than The View.
It's unbelievable.
Serving up View strong all May long.
Take a little time to enjoy The View.
Well, the ghost of Lucius Lyon's past may be coming back to haunt him on Empire. And there's some scary stuff going down on Terrence Howard's new show, too. Please welcome the amazing Terrence Howard.
What's that?
Well, I'm going to talk about this since we're here.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Now, a couple years ago, I did an article for the Rolling Stones, and they said I was crazy because I was telling them that the square root of 2 was a rational number. This is the proof that the square root of 2 is a rational number.
Well, you went to Oxford to present,
to
right?
talk about this.
Yes.
And when I was at Oxford, now this is the point where 4 bubbles meet equally and oppositely.
touch it?
Yes, and it's where 12 planes meet. This is an undiscovered geometry that I'm now making known to the world here on this show.
Isn't that fantastic?
What was the reception?
Well, when I was at Oxford, they were so upset because how can a man that didn't graduate from one of their prestigious schools come and tell them that the square root of 2 was a rational number? And I said, I didn't come to tell you guys this. I just came to prove to you that it's a rational number. And they didn't like it. They didn't like it.
They didn't like it.
Nobody likes to be
Why
one
didn't
up.
you like it? Because you didn't go to Oxford?
Well, because...
That I'm aware of?
Well, you have to remember our entire world economy is based on 1 × 1 = 1. So if you can prove that an action times an action equals a reaction, which science proves, then 1 × 1 must equal more than 1. And to have the physical proof of it, that kind of shakes things up a bit.
Well, you're a shaker-upper.
Well, that's the Oxford Goodwill Hunting.
Thank you.
I guess they don't like to be trumped. So here's my question for you, because we were talking about immigration before on the panel, and I'm a child of Italian-American grandparents my mother was born here, but my father was born in Italy, and I went to all city schools, got free education pretty much, and I think that I'm a good example of immigration.
Yep.
What about you?
Well, my parents, I mean, I'm 62% West African, 37% Western European. I'm not sure all the Western European that's in me was by choice, but my family, you know, all of America is made up of immigrants. And to the universe, there are no borders. It's just mankind that has placed these borders. And we have to remember the American Indians allowed Europeans to come in, and they fed them and they looked after them because they were their weak. So when you take the very kindness that was given to you so you can have life, and you use it to prevent somebody from having life, even separating someone from their children, that is an ungodly and unconscious act that will reap consequences.
That's so true.
We're taking a little turn here, or a big turn. In 2005, you were in the movie Hustle and Flow.
Yes.
Also, Taraji P. Henson was in that. Your character, catchphrase of sorts. What was it?
Look here, mine.
Yeah.
Look here, mine. Well, a fan had the idea to... No, it's coming.
It's
coming.
mine. It's mine.
Mine. A fan had the idea to turn you and that catchphrase into a meme of a Jedi, which resulted in this. Ain't no more Jedi, man. So lots of other fans jumped on this. Wait, no, we're going to let the man who originated this do it now. You got to read the rest of these, okay? Here we go. Let's
Okay,
pull
I'm
it up.
gonna read them.
Okay.
I can't see
Oh,
it.
here, wait, here.
I need to be able to look at
Do
it.
you want to?
Oh.
Do you want?
Do you want to build a snow mine?
We got another one? Keep them coming.
Look, they took my son, man.
Next. Come on.
Purple mine.
And then the last one. Come on.
Where is it? What was interesting about that, they said in one weekend, there was more memes made from me and Maine than the 13 years that Jordan had the crying meme.
Oh, the crying.
People jumped onto it that much that in one weekend it was more than 13 years of wood. So I just found that as just a sweet little thing because they did it to make fun, but I found some fun in it.
Well, you know, the great thing about the memes are people's hearts are generally in the right place, and some are really witty. I mean,
I ain't mine.
I would. And just to hear her say that is going to make me so happy, don't you think, man?
Yes. Terrence, your new show, Terrence Howard's Fright Club, comes out later this month. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Well, I wanted it to be more like Blair Witch Project meets punk, but then I got with Propagate, and they had some really other ideas. So it was like Terrence Howard presents scare tactics, but to my fans. But to watch the fans who just want to see you, they will believe almost anything. So it was a chance for me to play with some of my friends and watching them just get scared out of their minds.
I would die.
I know, it's like Sunny's hell.
I would die.
Were you the kind of kid that liked to be scared? Like, were you just scared to practice? No.
I couldn't sleep by myself until I was almost 30 years old because honestly, I watched The Exorcist. And I'll tell you all a short story. Remember the '94 earthquake in Northridge? I woke up that morning because I'd felt something weird all night. I woke up that morning and the bed was shaking, and I was screaming, and I tried to get it out of the door. I ran out the door, and the living room was shaking, and I'm thinking, oh my God, oh my God. And then my roommate came out of his room, and he said, it's an earthquake. I was like, oh. I was so relaxed because I thought it was a demon. I thought the demons were getting me. I thought they were coming for me. I couldn't get away from them. So that's why I wanted to do the scare tactic.
It's funny as hell. There's nothing better than people getting freaked, really.
Well, anyway, because I've been scared so many times on this show. But you've been here before, so you know how much I love Empire. It was just renewed for season 5. The drama is at an all-time high. We have a clip from this week. Let's take a look. Yes!
I love Taraji.
What's the name of the actor that was in that?
What was the
What's the name of the actor that was there?
Oh, that's Andre Royal. Andre Royal. He was Bubbles on The Wire. An incredible
He's a
actor.
fabulous actor. Listen, you know this is your house also. You need to come and just spend a whole hour with us one day.
I would love that.
Okay.
I would love that. Please make that happen.
Check out Fright Club, premiering Thursday, May 24th, and of course you can see him as Lucius on Empire Wednesday nights. Check your local listings. We will be right back.
Next, it's a View Your Deal that really delivers. We partnered with vendors for at least half off amazing items, plus free shipping. You heard me right. I said free shipping.
Last. So let's get shopping with lifestyle expert and my friend Greta Monahan.
Hi, darling. This is all for you.
I love free shipping.
I know, had to bring it all. So everything here is free shipping, starting with Kelvin Tools. So you guys have to check this out. So this is called the Kelvin 23. She's already equipped.
This is really cool.
And this is the ultimate multitasker. I mean, this has changed my game at home. You can hang pictures
don't
with
use
it.
this.
Yes, I do, and I'm the worst at fixing everything. Toys, I've got to use it. Look, so there are 23 of the most commonly used tools. Look at their faces, all in this little guy. That's right. And look you have a hammer, you have a tape measure, you have a liquid balancer, you've got everything. I mean, 16 bits. Show them the bits.
Yeah.
For to use on the
Show them the
screwdriver.
little bits.
You guys, it's amazing. But here's the best part, Sarah. You get 2 today.
Oh, you
for
do?
one deal price. All right, original on these guys, $70. Today's deal, $35 plus free shipping. Great gift for dads and grabs.
In our extended view, Greta's going to demonstrate all of the different tools.
Maybe not. Yeah, but you know, it's such a good gift. All right,
It is a
now,
great gift. It's
this
great.
one, night pillows. Okay, so we know a great pillowcase is the secret to a good night's sleep. But here's the deal with Night. You're going to check that out in a minute. With Night, they have built-in beauty benefits. And I brought you guys the brand new luxurious pillow. This, Sarah, has bamboo on one side.
Do we
to
want
whisk
that?
away, yes, because
Okay.
it whisks away moisture and oil away from the skin.
Oh, and
But on
silk.
the other side, it's mulberry silk, 100%. So these guys work 2 years on this to come up beautiful, and that supports moisturization and hydration of our skin and hair because there's no tugging and pulling.
Right.
And that's what gives you damaged hair and really is
Damaged
not so
skin,
great to your
too.
skin. Love these, and I also
This
brought
is great.
standard pillowcase. The mask, this is the dark mask I wear. I love this. All mulberry silk with this little guy comes with, so you can insert this into the mask after you pop it into the freezer, and it reduces all of the
How
eye
long do you wear
fatigue
it?
and puffiness. I wear it for 5 minutes.
Okay.
But these are luxe, amazing.
These are amazing.
You'll love them. Original price on these, $65 to $100. You choose online what you like. Today's deal, $25 to $50 plus free shipping.
Free shipping.
How do you say that? Patchology. Okay, so patchology are treatments that are great when you need a 5-minute fix or you just want to relax, because all of these treatments are targeted, but they've been designed to work under 5 minutes. So it's great. You're actually playing with the cloud mask. This is
really
meant to be worn. Put it on, wear it all night long, and sleep and treat. Or you can do these sheet masks, and don't lie, on my feet, I'm doing them in the taxis because that's all I have.
I do
time
believe
for.
you're doing these.
Yes, and it illuminate, glow, moisturize,
Yeah.
everything amazing. And the
Perfect
Aqua
for
Flash
travel.
moisturizer is incredible. Original price on these is tons to choose from, $20 to $60. Today's deal, $10 to $25 with
Free shipping.
Super Smile. Okay, so Super Smile was founded by a cosmetic dentist. And so what this is an ultrasonic toothbrush, or you can get whitening toothpaste, whitening mouth rinse, but also, look at these. I brought
Powder.
these for you. This is amazing. I love them all. This is powder, mouthwash, and whitening in this little guy that turns. All you do is rip, add water, swirl, and rinse and go. Before
to keep
work,
at your
after
office,
work,
in your
after
purse.
lunch,
Yeah.
pre-date. These are game changers because you can never bring mouthwash.
So it comes in a box?
Easy. Comes in a box. You take your choice online, but these are great. Go into spring with a nice smile. Original price on this, $23 to $99. Today's deal, $11.50
Plus
to $49.50.
Free shipping.
Okay, I was
These
dying to
are-
show
I
you
was
these two.
asking you what
so
these were.
They're
These
also
are so
good.
cute.
Turtlebacks. That's what you call these little guys, and they're so cute because whether you're relaxing at the beach or enjoying a concert, whether you are on grass or sand, these are designed to stay level. So with your drink, with your snacks, with your phone, doesn't matter. You can use these, and they come in a 4-pack, you guys. So you go online, you choose your color.
This is so cute.
Tell me for you and I, bottle.
Well, you were saying when you're on a beach, the bottle gets any sand on it, and it's not coming off.
Who's got a baby out there? Because if you're toting around a bottle, you know
You want
that
this.
is no fun if that
Yeah.
tips over. But anything, your
Multi-use,
drink,
you could set your phone in and on
you
the
can put it
beach.
anywhere, and that's why I love it because it's for use all seasons, no matter where you are. Original price on these, $20 for a 4-pack. Today's deal, $10 plus free shipping. Okay. So,
these are
I brought you
nice.
guys watches because this is like a big deal. I love these because men's and women's, so we include the guys in this. But here's the thing, watches are ageless as a style accessory. They're fun, they're functional, and from today, when you guys go online and see the assortment I brought, leather bands, silicone bands, solid faces, patterned faces, big, small. I'm I'm wearing sporty. Whatever your style is, you can cover Dad's Day, graduation gift with a fine gift that doesn't break the bank. So that's why I love this. Oh my gosh, everyone. Original price on this collection usually is $49 to $166.
But
today you go online and you get yours for $19 to $74 plus free shipping.
But we've got lots of good stuff today, so I want to thank you, Greta Monahan. The clock is ticking. You have 24 hours to grab any of these exclusive deals at viewyourdeal.com. Members of the audience are going home with, wait for it, Turtleback String Holder, Super Smile Whitening Toothpaste, Patchology Gel Moisturizer, and a watch for my Deal Pack